13 years after coalition forces invaded Iraq, the country still dreams of peace. Britain's role in the US-led invasion and former Prime Minister Tony Blair's justification for military action still a highly charged issue in the UK.
If you're going to go to war, you need a pretty high threshold, it seems to me, to decide on that. And I think there's very few who would argue that the intelligence was not substantial enough on which to make that decision.
The justification at the time was that the Iraqi President Saddam Hussein posed a threat to the West with weapons of mass destruction. As the invaders discovered, Saddam didn't have those weapons, but supported by flawed intelligence reports, Blair pressed for a war in Parliament and in Washington, with former US President George W. Bush at his side.
The point that I would emphasize to you is that the threat from Saddam Hussein and weapons of mass destruction, chemical, biological, potentially nuclear weapons capability, that threat is real.
Nearly 1 million demonstrators turned out in London alone, but Britain joined the invasion of Iraq in 2003. 7 years in the writing at a cost of $15 million, the inquiry report chaired by Judge Lord Chilcot comprises more than 2.5 million words. Longer than War and Peace, the complete works of Shakespeare and the Bible combined. Regardless of how many words or how many years it took to put them together, for some, the Chilcot report will never answer all the questions. For the UK as a nation, however, the report will bring an element of closure for what some regard as one of the most despised acts of British foreign policy in modern history. Richard Bestick, CCTV, London.